Imagine starting each day with a sense of calm, purpose, and knowing your food choices are quietly supporting a longer, healthier life. Not rushed, not distracted, just present. For many people, breakfast happens on autopilot. A quick bite while checking the phone, eating while standing, worrying, planning, already running late. Food becomes something to get through, not something to receive. But the first nourishment of the day does more than fill the body. It sets the tone for the nervous system. It shapes energy, mood, and clarity. In subtle ways, it teaches the body how to move through the rest of the day. This is not about dieting or rules. It is about intention. In Buddhist wisdom, beginnings matter. The mind's first direction influences everything that follows. Intention, satana, is the root of action, and action shapes our lives over time. The way you eat in the morning quietly teaches your body how to live the rest of the day. And with one small, mindful ritual, you can begin each day with calm, vitality, and care, without changing everything. Stay with me, and let's slow this moment down together. For many people, mornings feel tense before the day even begins. The alarm sounds, the mind races, thoughts pile up. What needs to be done? What might go wrong? What hasn't been finished yet? In that state, eating becomes automatic. We chew without tasting. We swallow without noticing. The body is fed, but the person is not. From a Buddhist perspective, this moment matters more than we realize, because breakfast is not only about food, it's about how we meet the day. When eating is rushed, the nervous system stays on alert, digestion weakens, energy scatters, and the mind learns once again that life must be hurried through. Over time, this pattern quietly shapes how we live, tense, distracted, and disconnected. Buddhism teaches that awareness turns ordinary actions into practice. Washing your face can be mindfulness, walking can be meditation, and eating can be a form of care. Food is not just something we consume, it is a relationship with the body, with the earth, and with the present moment. When we eat unconsciously, that relationship becomes shallow. When we eat with intention, it becomes nourishing in a deeper way. Imagine 2 mornings. In one, you eat while worrying, already tense. In the other, you pause, breathe, and truly arrive at the meal. The food may be the same, but the day that follows will not be, because before food touches the body, the mind has already decided how the day will feel. In Buddhist wisdom, digestion does not begin in the stomach. It begins in awareness. When the mind is rushed or distracted, the body stays tense. Even the healthiest food is received poorly. But when attention is present, the nervous system relaxes, and the body knows how to use what it receives. This is why mindful eating is not a luxury. It is a foundation for longevity. Eating slowly allows the body to register nourishment. Hormones that signal fullness have time to respond. Energy is absorbed more steadily, and satisfaction arises naturally without excess. Over time, this simple shift reduces overeating, stress, and the silent strain placed on the digestive system. You don't need to change what you eat to begin. You only need to change how you eat. Start with the first few bites. Slow them down deliberately. Notice the temperature of the food, the texture, the flavor as it unfolds. Let the senses wake up before the mind moves on. As you eat, gently ask yourself, am I hungry or am I eating out of habit? There is no right or wrong answer. The purpose is awareness, not control. Buddhism teaches that presence prevents suffering. When you are present with food, the body feels respected. When the body feels respected, it responds with balance. Longevity is not about eating more or less. It is about receiving what you eat more fully. When nourishment is truly received, less is wasted, and more is used to support vitality, clarity, and long life. Before the first bite, there is a moment that often goes unnoticed. And yet, it may be the most important part of the meal. This is the pause. In modern life, eating usually begins without transition. The hand moves before awareness arrives. But a brief pause interrupts this pattern and brings the mind back into the body. In Buddhist practice, intention always comes before action. How you begin determines how the action unfolds. Before eating, pause for 3 slow breaths, no more, no less. As you breathe, feel your body where you are sitting. Let the shoulders soften, let the jaw relax. This signals safety to the nervous system, allowing digestion to begin with ease. Next, acknowledge the food in front of you. You don't need elaborate gratitude. Simply recognize that this food came from many conditions: earth, water, effort, time. This quiet acknowledgement shifts the mind from consumption to respect. Then, set a gentle intention for the day. Not a goal, not a demand, just a direction. It might be something simple. May this food support calm. May I move through today with clarity. May I care for this body wisely. This intention does not force anything. It quietly informs how nourishment is used, physically and mentally. What you eat matters, but why you eat matters even more. When intention is present, eating becomes more than fuel. It becomes a daily act of alignment, one that supports longevity not through effort, but through awareness. In Buddhism, food is never seen as morally neutral, not because of rules, but because of relationship. One of the core intentions behind mindful nourishment is non-harming, or ahimsa. This does not mean eating perfectly or rigidly. It means choosing foods that support the body rather than burden it. Heavy, rushed, or excessive eating creates strain. Gentle nourishment creates balance. The intention is kindness, not control. When you eat with non-harming in mind, you begin to ask a different question. Not, what do I want right now? But, what helps this body feel steady, clear, and at ease? Another intention is compassion. Every meal exists because of many unseen efforts. The people who grew the food, prepared it, transported it, and the natural conditions that made it possible. Acknowledging this softens the mind. Food becomes less about entitlement and more about gratitude. In Buddhist monasteries, meals are treated as support for practice. The body is seen as the vessel through which awareness, kindness, and wisdom move in the world. Caring for the body is not self-centered. It is part of caring for the path. This is where longevity takes on deeper meaning. Living longer is not the goal by itself. Living meaningfully is. When you eat to support clarity, patience, and presence, energy becomes service. Energy allows you to listen more deeply, to respond rather than react, to move through the day with less friction. Food is not just fuel, it is a moral and emotional relationship, one that shapes not only how long you live, but how well you live. Ritual does not require ceremony. It requires attention. In the morning, the environment shapes the mind before the first thought settles. Eating in chaos trains the nervous system to remain tense. Eating in calm teaches the body that it is safe. Breakfast, then, becomes more than a meal. It becomes a daily reset. You don't need a special table or perfect quiet. Begin with small changes. Clear a simple space. Sit down, even if only for a few minutes. Turn off screens. Let the morning arrive fully. Preparation itself can be part of the practice. Notice the sound of water boiling, the warmth of the bowl in your hands, the aroma rising slowly. These details are not distractions, they are anchors, They return the mind to the present moment before the day pulls it away. Even the simplest foods can become sacred when met with awareness. Warm oats eaten slowly with a sense of gratitude. Fresh fruit tasted fully rather than rushed. A cup of tea held in silence, allowing the body to wake gently. In Buddhist life, repetition is not boredom, it is depth. A ritual repeated daily shapes the nervous system. It teaches steadiness. It restores dignity to ordinary moments. When breakfast becomes a ritual, you stop treating nourishment as an afterthought. You stop treating yourself as someone who must rush through care. A sacred meal is not expensive. It is attentive. And when the first nourishment of the day is received with care, the rest of the day follows more gently, not perfectly, but with greater ease, clarity, and respect for life itself. Mindful nourishment does not end with breakfast. It simply begins there. As the day unfolds, the same intention can quietly follow you into other meals, lunch, dinner, even small moments of snacking. The practice is not about eating correctly, but about staying connected, checking in before you eat, noticing whether hunger is physical, emotional, or habitual, responding with kindness rather than judgment. Cravings will still arise. This is natural. Buddhism does not teach us to fight desire, but to understand it. A craving is often a request for comfort, rest, or relief, not just food. When you meet cravings with curiosity instead of resistance, their grip softens. You may still choose to eat what you want, but the choice becomes conscious rather than automatic. Social eating brings another layer. Meals shared with family or friends do not need to become rigid or self-conscious. Mindful nourishment is flexible. It adapts. You can enjoy food, conversation, and connection without abandoning awareness. Even a single breath before eating or a moment of gratitude afterward keeps the practice alive. Perfection is not the goal. Balance is. Some days will feel aligned, others will not. This is not failure, it is life. What sustains the practice is gentleness, returning again and again without punishment or self-criticism. Longevity does not grow through strict rules or constant discipline. It grows through consistency. Small, kind choices repeated over time reshape the body and mind. And when nourishment becomes an ongoing relationship rather than a daily decision to get right, it naturally supports a longer, calmer, more purposeful life. You don't need to change everything to live with more vitality and peace. You only need to begin consciously. Each morning offers a quiet choice, not just about what you eat, but how you meet yourself. When nourishment is received with intention, the body learns trust, the mind learns steadiness, and life begins to unfold with less urgency. Longevity is not something to chase in the future. It is something you practice in the present. Small mindful beginnings shape long outcomes. One pause, one breath, one meal received with care. Over time, these moments accumulate into a way of living that feels grounded and sustainable. If this reflection resonates with you, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to continue exploring Buddhist wisdom for calm, clarity, and purposeful living, subscribe to the channel. Each morning is an invitation, not just to eat, but to care for the life that has carried you this far.